Yo, in this episode we are talking mostly about the Introducing Vanessa video, so if you haven't watched it, I recommend doing so. Link is in the description. And a quick reminder that closed beta starts on the 30th of October, just 2 more days. I can't believe we are finally here. But okay, without further ado, let's dive under the surface. Some of the stills from this video, from this animation, are incredible, and this panorama of the bazaar I think is incredible. I really wanted to see this point of view. I wanted to see how this city actually looks like, so when you do a run, you sort of imagine going through these alleyways yourself, right?
Yeah, it definitely makes it feel more real, especially because it kind of shows her going to the bazaar too. You can see like her going from her home place and then kind of panning over to it.
I think it's shown that it's sort of the same ship that arrives to the bazaar because it's damaged, right, from the battle before. So maybe we have something like what's it called, treasure planet type of ship that can travel through space.
Yeah, that was my next question. How did the ship get there if it's not the same planet? But
at the beginning, it's clearly said that her planet is a water world, and we see images of that. But then there's this battle, and as I've already suspected, there is some evil force called a tyranny here, and apparently they don't like Vanessa, so
just rules with an iron fist, I guess, and takes control of their world, I guess. There's that other thing where she says she's the last of the house of something in the last video.
Corzina.
Kind of reminds me of like Dune, where like maybe she's part of this like royal lineage or something.
Oh, that might be actually correct. Because those guys that are representing this tyranny in the video look like pirates themselves. So maybe like some pirate lineages, rule this planet.
Yeah. And this kind of evil one took, I guess, over her home country or world. And I really am digging the design of her homeland too, with the floating islands and the pink and everything.
Yeah, it reminds me a bit of Ionia from League of Legends.
I'm not familiar with it.
I'm pretty sure someone in the audience will know what I mean. Okay, she escaped from this fight or from this tyranny on her world Pelago and arrived in the bazaar, but in the same ship. I guess either they have even bigger ship to transport this one, or this beaten up wooden ship can actually fly between planets.
I like the idea that it can just like shoot off into space and fly over to the bazaar. It doesn't really make sense, but I like it.
I just imagined it stays in the spot for a bit and then it just floats upwards.
Oh my god. Imagine like big rocket thrusters and just going.
I mean, I can't really see any in the shot that we can see the ship in. Let's not focus on that too much. It doesn't really matter. And then we come to this panorama of our city. I wonder what each of the building houses. I mean, this one on the right seems to be some sort of balloon landing tower.
Yep. I assume the one in the middle is like the capital or something of that nature. It's so much bigger than all the others.
The spire.
Slay the spire.
Well, actually, maybe that was the idea to put giant tower in the middle because Slay the Spire is so popular. We also have this strange magic orb in the building on the left.
Yeah. It's a really nice mix of like kind of old-fashioned style technology with like futuristic kind of magical stuff.
Mm-hmm. I think it was said in one of the promotional videos that this bazaar exactly does this, as in it combines old with new and in general various degrees of machinery and magic.
This is going to be a tangent we'll probably need to cut, but do you think Earth exists in the universe of the bazaar somewhere? Like you could in theory travel to Earth?
Let's assume this happens in another galaxy, just for the I would assume so, that they don't want to overlap too much with reality. To be fair, with our current technology, I'm not 100% sure what's possible in the Bazaar's universe, but with our current technology, it's not really feasible to travel between galaxies. But maybe they could come to us. I mean, they have wooden ships that travel between planets, so I think they're like a couple of steps ahead of us.
You can make spaceships, but you keep them like looking like old 1700 style ships.
Right. Then we go into the bazaar and we see our main screen, our main menu. We've got our heroes.
They don't even like have the other 3 heroes blacked out on here. They just don't even have them there now.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think in the last one they still had.
Yeah, it was there. But I think this is reasonable. I mean, they will simply add new heroes to the UI, and it will be, I don't know how to put it exactly, but a natural way to introduce complexity to the game.
Yeah. And kind of on that subject of complexity, because they did just update the website and say that the founders packs have the gems now.
Mm-hmm.
And we learned that Pig and Dooley are going to be locked behind the paywall, but if you buy the founders pack, you'll have the gems to unlock them.
Mm-hmm.
1,000 gems each. And I kind of thought that wasn't a great idea initially because I thought like, well, everybody in the open beta should just be allowed to play with 3. But I think the reason they've done that is so people like are kind of forced into playing Vanessa because she's supposed to be the like intro hero. So there's not like a overwhelming, like, oh, who do I play and what do I do? You just kind of play Vanessa and learn the game, and then fairly reasonably you unlock the other heroes.
Yeah, I guess that's the standard in roguelikes, that you have one starter hero at first, and then you have to unlock others to unlock more ways to play.
Yeah.
Do you want to start with reviewing all the new skins that we've seen?
Yeah, let's do it. Man, I love the skins.
Okay, so we first of all have this Founders Edition front-facing gunslinger Vanessa.
Yeah, the coat on that one kind of makes the whole outfit, in my opinion.
Yeah, the coat is nice.
It's very subtle, but I really like it.
I'm not sure if I want to say impressed, but I'm definitely intrigued by the fact that they decided to really emphasize her lady's characteristics, if you know what I mean. I don't want to say the word.
Yeah, I get what you're getting at. Yeah. I don't know if I'm surprised or not. Maybe that's what sells. I don't know. Maybe she's kind of like the strong female sort of character, so they want to emphasize that sort of aspect of her, because the other characters, most of them aren't female, and they're not kind of giving the same sort of vibe she gives.
She's a strong, independent woman who needs no man. That's why she employs monkeys.
I'm shocked her crew was monkeys. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah. I mean, definitely those are cards in the bazaar. So that's what we can expect. That's what we can anticipate on the 30th. I wonder if we can get a monkey build on Vanessa. Like, reduce humanity, go monkey.
Well, it could be like a 10x. One of the booster packs could be like 10 monkeys.
Oh god, like it could be called Vanessa's Crew or something like this.
There you go. Free ideas for Bazaar team.
Yep. Just give us a couple of gems or a ranked ticket in game.
Something impressive about how subtly different the skins are and how I still want to buy them. Because they're not like huge departures from each other for the most part. They're still very much kind of like in character. What do you think about the Fencer, more classical pirate build skin she has going on here with the parrot?
This character really reminds me of Fiora.
And she does look like this. Is it a League character?
Yeah, that's a League character. I mean, she even has this shoulder pad. Vanessa has it's different. It's more of a cloth with a pauldron. I think that's what it's called. Pose is sort of similar, but I guess that's how fencers actually stand when preparing for battle, so I guess that's inevitable. But I really like the fact that she has a pet in this skin. And the captain's hat.
Yeah. The skin really gives off that vibe like she's like from a pirate, like royal line or something.
True. I would consider her more of a general, maybe, because of this shoulder pad.
Kind of like Napoleon Bonaparte, like sort of general.
She has this little jacket also that is buttoned to the side.
Yes. We should probably move on to the next one. There's still like 3 more, isn't there?
Right. Second one, the loose cannon Vanessa. Like a third one, actually. We've already seen this one, but I guess this will be one of the more popular skins.
Yeah, I'll be buying this one immediately. Something that really bothers me on this skin, which probably doesn't bother most people, but she has armor on one leg and not on the other, and it absolutely kills me.
I also have noticed that, but I just thought that this might be design decision to leave more space for the red color, because if you notice, there's not much else red in the skin.
And I assumed it was more of like a design thing, but it always bothers me when stuff is like it just doesn't make practical sense. So
True, but asymmetrical design is really popular in designing characters.
yeah, I've noticed.
If I were
Okay.
to nitpick with this skin, I would look more to the feather that sticks to the front. Like, it looks sort of goofy.
Yeah, it is a little weird going out straight. It's kind of interesting too that like a cannon is part of the skin. It's not just her. Like everybody's been calling this like canon Vanessa. So
Muted said it's called loose cannon Vanessa. Okay, so let's go for the last one. And this one also has some crates and a crossbow in the background, so she's leaning against, I guess it's a barrel of flammable liquid based on the symbol on the side.
I really like this skin too. Very like more traditional piratey, I guess.
But one thing that I wanted to ask you about is, do you think that her face on those various skins is a bit different? Like, she has different eyebrows, different shape of her jawline.
Let me look through it again really quick here. Let me compare them.
Like, a nose is a bit different. Like, you remember when I said that I thought about those skins as alternate reality versions of those characters? I think it's even more apparent in this case. Like, I think that faces on all those skins are a bit different. They all depict the same character, but they have distinct differences.
They do look pretty different. When I just went through and looked at all of them, and I like the idea that like this isn't like her in a costume. Like this is she went down a different path or something like that in a different universe.
That's actually on brand with this run structure of the game.
Yeah. I wonder if that's what they were thinking or...
I think it's nice because when the same hero meets on the ladder, like if you have two Vanessas, because they won't look exactly the same, they will be of course similar, but they won't look exactly the same. You won't be taken out of the game because you have two exact copies of a person battling each other.
Yeah. And when after you told me, because I know we talked about this before about like it doesn't really make sense for Vanessa to be fighting Vanessa. They're literally the same person. I was thinking about like Overwatch because that doesn't make any sense. Like none of the actual gameplay of that game has no impact on the lore. You can't really pretend. So I guess that doesn't affect people's enjoyment of a game. But I think you're going to be, like you said, you're going to be able to really tell, like really jump into it because you're not going to see the same Vanessa skin even if you come across a Vanessa in like a year, very often at all, because there's going to be so many. There's going to be so many heroes. That immersion probably won't be broken very often.
I agree.
I had another question about the skins. Maybe you're able to answer. Do they all have additional voice lines with them, or is it just the same voice lines every time you play Vanessa?
I guess judging by the care of the detail that tempo represents, I guess there might be exclusive voice lines for various skins. There's this moment in this video where the boulder goes off and she says something like, "Ooh, cannonball," so this voice line is probably specific for the item boulder and maybe for a cannon. The cannon itself, because we can see in this video that the cannon is actually an item. So maybe when you win with a cannon, she also says this cannonball line.
Well, I definitely think it would add a lot of value if you buy a new skin and she has new voice lines. But I kind of also wondered, like, along with that, are there going to be tiers of skins? Like, like, are there like diamond tier skins that have way more effort put into them versus like bronze skins, which are just like variants like other games do? Or are they all going to be just super unique?
Okay, that's actually a intriguing point you brought up here, because in the video we can see that Vanessa has a bronze border, so maybe you can either buy a higher tier skin or higher tier portrait, so it's more shiny, or maybe it will go somewhere like it was in Hearthstone. So maybe whenever you reach a new milestone for a given hero, you will unlock a better border for that hero. So like, let's say you won 100 runs, I don't know, gold runs as Vanessa, you get a golden border, but you have win 100 perfect runs to get a diamond border.
Gosh, I would love that. I love like hero progression in games.
I think that this type of achievements will make people want to play more, you know, to have their favorite hero, what do you call them, pimped up?
Pimped out.
Pimped out, okay, right.
It would definitely be cool if there's only specific skins and stuff you can, like including the border, but only specific skins that can be unlocked. If, or chests maybe, that you can only unlock if you've, hit those achievements you were talking about.
I would assume that there will be achievements in the game. That's fairly easy progression to implement, something to track whenever you're not doing a run. Like, people like numbers, and people like numbers even more when they go up.
That's why I love playing RPGs. I just want to see numbers go up. I don't care what else is happening.
Dude, I'm ashamed of how many idols and clickers I have finished. Not played, finished.
That is a little insane. I never finish them, but like Adventure Capitalist, you ever played that one?
Yep, finished that one. Yeah, that's one of the best clickers I have ever played. We wanted to talk about chests and packs a bit. Do we want to like make a quick statement about this at the end?
Yeah, I think we can do something quick. It's hard for our discussion just keeps going, but we also want to talk about like our live stream and stuff, right?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, you know what? We'll talk about chests on a surprise live episode of Under the Surface on Thursday. So that would be 31st of October, live on Twitch, on my channel and on Blake's channel as well. So you can join whichever one you prefer.
We'll be talking just everything Bazaar for several hours. We'll be answering questions. So you're not going to want to miss it.
Yeah, our plan is to start on Thursday about the same hour as we would post the video on YouTube. And we would go, or we will go, through a run in the Bazaar because, well, at that point the game will be out, so that would be criminal if we weren't to play. And then after we explain all the complexities of the game, we'll explain to you how it feels, what are our first impressions, and, then you'll be able to ask us whatever you wish. So if there are any uncertainties about the game that you still have, that will be the perfect time to find those answers. Follow me on twitch.tv/nonhead32 and Blake.
Follow me at Twitch/TheBazaarBlake.
Exactly.
It'll be in the description of this video too, I'm sure.
It will be, and I'll put those links on the screen as well. Yep, only 2 more days to go, boys. Mark the day in your calendars because we're about to witness greatness in very short time. Thank you for watching this episode of Under the Surface, and I guess we'll see you on Wednesday.
See ya. Wait, is it Wednesday or Thursday we're doing it?
Well, we'll see them on Wednesday because the game launches on Wednesday.
Launches.
Right?
True.